What do most tourists know about Cyprus? First, gorgeous beach. Second, snow white sand. 3, turquoise sea. Do you think that's it? No way. In this episode, I'll prove that this island offers another kind of leisure, different from the beach one, and it's far more interesting. This is Lambouri. Let's go crush some stereotypes. In this episode, I'll hide from beach vacation in picturesque mountains. Right, where's the sea? Oh, there it is. I'll pull a weighty catch from a freshwater lake. My gosh, look at that fish! And will fall into a dangerous net myself. I'm so flipping scared! And we'll also visit a hotel with a horror story. I got goosebumps. Prepare to be amazed. Mountainous scenes, authentic winery, ancient monastery, and bouzouki sounds in a distant tavern have been waiting for us for too long. My dear friends, there will be no beaches in this episode at all. You probably have a reasonable question. What am I doing here? The thing is that I'm on a border between the beach and the Larnaca airport. What for? I want to see planes landing over my head. In just a minute, a new set of tourists will arrive to Larnaca airport. There it is, flying over. This plane, by the way, is flying from Moscow, Sheremetyevo. I don't know if you can see, but there is the dot. I've prepared my phone and will film on it. Naturally, I'll post it all on Instagram. And right now, we'll head to the capital of Cyprus. Can you name the city straight away? I'm sure not everyone can do it. Narrow cobbled streets, numerous temples and monuments of medieval architecture. All this is Nicosia. Walking around this ancient city is a pure delight. I don't know why many people think that there is nothing to do on Cyprus besides the beach and the sea. But here you are, a cozy town you can walk around, sit in a cafe and enjoy a wonderful summer day. Despite the rustic look, Nicosia is a full-fledged European state capital. Here are the headquarters of Cypriot banks, representative offices of the world's largest companies, including the wargaming head office. For those who don't know, it's this enterprise that created the World of Tanks video game. Let's get back to history. The city has gathered an immense number of monuments and museum artifacts, so it has long become an open-air antiquities shop. Nicosia is a very old city. It has been founded around 1400 years ago. Throughout this time, it has experienced many events. It has been under Franks, Ottomans, Venetians, British. In 1970s, a part of Cyprus went under Turkey. Nicosia was halved as well. Thus, Nicosia was divided between the Republic of Cyprus and the unrecognized Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. The wall runs through the middle of the city. Nearly half a century passed, but the guarded border still divides the city in half. We move on. The way won't be easy, so rental car will come in handy. Most convenient way of moving around Cyprus is by car. Therefore, I decided to rent a four-wheeled van.
The price will be €35 per day, with full insurance, with excess 350.
Okay, great. I take automatic Nissan for 3 days.
In just a couple of hours, we meet Yevgeny, an expert fisherman. You think we'll fish on sea? You're wrong. There are plenty of reservoirs on the island that are in no way worse than natural lakes. It's beautiful here.
Yes. This is a bait.
Is it silicone?
Yes. Let's try. Just throw it in and slowly spin it. Gradually pull it towards yourself.
Wow, how far it went.
Evenly. Well, here, the further you throw, the better. And then gradually, slowly pull it in, no rush.
In the fresh waters of Cyprus, you can fish for carp, catfish, bream, bass. In some places, even crayfish are found. It got away. Yes, something splashed there.
If you suspect that something is going on there, then you need to gut it, undercut it. You know, like the sharp move. Hop.
Ouch! It caught me. So far, I'm without a catch, but my teacher opens the score.
First one in. It's called American largemouth bass.
Why does it not move?
Well, it's hanging by its mouth. It has nowhere to go.
Shall we let it go?
Well, yeah.
Another 20 minutes of unsuccessful attempts trying to throw the bait further away, and it seems to bite.
Faster, faster, faster! You can't loosen it. It's a nice large bass.
Ow, how heavy it is! Blimey!
Right, get it on the shore. That's it. Good, that's it.
Look at this fish!
It's great.
It's epic! Wow, it's that huge! Poor lad.
Hold it with the thumb. No, the thumb. Thumb inside. Thumb this way, yeah. That's right, that's it. Like this. It won't go anywhere.
Whoa, what a fish. Shall we let him go? Let's not torment him.
Nah, no problem. It will be fine. Yeah, like this. And your hand behind the fish, yeah. Right. That's it. It'll be a monster now.
A knockout. Fishing is a rather exciting event, I must say. I'd happily sit in a rod on a shore till dusk, but I have another leisure activity scheduled in the mountains. Troodos's mountains are a nature reserve. In the summer, local vacationers flee here from the coastal heat, but in winter, the slopes of Mount Olympus are completely seized by skiers. Imagine, Cyprus has ski slopes. All of this is Cyprus, though many say that there is nothing to do here except swimming in the sea, that it's completely scorched and there are no sights to see. But just look at this magnificent beauty. I can hang out here for ages just enjoying this view. Roam around the mountain range, enjoy the clean air, relaxing quiet coolness. All of that is not laying on a beach. Birds are flying, swallows. Right, where's the sea?
Моря.
Oh, there it is. Cyprus has waterfalls too. Right now I came to the Millomeris waterfall. Millomeris. There it is, and as we see, people are swimming. I bet they're freezing. Let's check if it's cold or not. Lol, I'm stuck. Well, it's cold, of course. Anyway, I wanted to do it graciously, but it didn't work out. Get me out of here! That's it, my legs are done. It's cold, 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 cold. It's as if in the corner of the wild, wrapped and hidden. Very beautiful. At last I get to this party adventure park, a place for those who aren't impressed by the calm leisure. Let's have a walk around the largest rope park in Europe. Safety measures first. Roll over, unlock, lock it here, and carry on. Oh gosh, it's... Ah! It's all wobbling! I get it that there's the safety rope, but I'd rather not fall and test it out. Therefore, I'll walk carefully. I need to figure out how to turn this carabin and not fall. Oh, in order... My goddess, how wobbly it all is. How do I sign up for all these adventures? It seems it's time for a free flight. Well, I think I hooked the zip line in the right way, and I hope I'll ride it without crippling myself. And the most interesting is that it's not enough just to zip down, but also to catch, I don't know, a handle. That's it, let's try it. I'm so scared. Whatever. Hop, let's hook it on. No, it's fun. A curious experience. Adrenaline is playing up. My hands are shaking a bit from fear. Everything's great, super good. Super good. You know, I look at the pictures here and I see what lies ahead. I have no clue how to pass through this triangle. Whatever, I'll get there and I think we'll figure it out. Damn, that's so mad. What makes me happy is this park. If anything goes wrong, the hospital is just 2 steps away. Don't wobble, don't move, don't move. Don't move, don't move. Please, don't move. I finally reached the end. I made it. It's considered that the Troodos mountain range has formed 70 million years ago. It's the oldest site of the island. There are younger ones too, cozy picturesque villages, Byzantine monasteries, ancient ruins. Lilia will introduce us to some of them. Hello, Lilia.
Hello, Yana. I'm really glad to see you. Pleased to meet you.
Right. What are our grand plans for today?
Today we have super grand plans. We'll head to the Troodos Mountains to the Kikos Monastery. And we'll drive along one of my routes and see a number of curious places.
Excellent. Right, I'm intrigued. What are we waiting for?
Welcome.
Let's go. Lilia, or Lili as she asks to call her, has been in Cyprus for over 8 years. The mountains are her element. She knows everything about them and shows them to tourists. Thus, she tries herself as a guide.
When heading to Troodos, one can see many interesting places, and I always recommend to tourists to pop to this place. This is St. Nicholas Church. The church itself is flooded. People call it sunken or abandoned Church of St. Nicholas. In rainy winters, the water level in this reservoir rises so high that only the cross remains above the water surface. And tourists, when they see the sight, the cross above the water, are of course somewhat bewildered or at times delighted.
Once there was a village of Elasa in the place of this reservoir, but in the 1980s they began building a dam here. The village was moved elsewhere, but the church, which is more than a century old, remained. I suppose the view is really spectacular, even mystical in a way.
Yes, almost mystical, when there's just the cross over the water. When I came here in winter, a few times I saw a crow sitting on the cross. This cross over the water and a crow, that very mystical sight. You don't understand. What is this crow doing here? Where is it from? What's the reason for you to be here?
For some reason I remember the Omen film. But the mystical stuff doesn't end here. We're headed to the hotel, which they say is haunted by ghosts.
You see, this part has collapsed. They've installed gates as well. And that's one of the ghosts greeting us.
Berengaria Hotel was built in 1930 and was the most fashionable Cyprus hotel at the time. The island was a British colony, so the richest and most influential Brits would stay in Berengaria. They say even Roosevelt popped in here.
This is what Berengaria used to look like when it was built. From the bird's eye view, Berengaria reminds of a bird that spread its wings and flies over mountains. This luxurious stairway, it survived since the time the hotel was built. Look, here are all the vacationers. Here's the swimming pool. Here, in this very place, they'd hang out on the sunbeds.
The hotel owner had 3 sons, and before he died, he bequeathed them not to split the property, but to carry on developing the hotel together. But the greedy sons didn't listen to the father and began to die mysteriously.
One of the brothers jumped into the pool off this bridge, broke his neck, and didn't surface up.
Blimey.
Yes, horrible stories took place here. Yana, look. Do you see the fireplace?
Yes.
There was a table and 2 chairs by this fireplace. The second brother shot himself in one of the chairs.
I'm scared to ask what happened to the third one.
The third brother ended his life from an unrequited love by hanging himself in one of the hotel rooms. Sad story.
A horrible story. I have goosebumps. Nobody remembers exactly what actually happened, but the Bank of Cyprus, that legally owns the hotel, hasn't been able to sell it for dozens of years. Something always happens to potential buyers, but they say recently someone brave appeared, but it's not known whether the deal was sealed or not. I reckon that since the brothers don't want their territory taken away and built up with something, there should be a museum, something state-run. The Bank of Cyprus won't give it away, of course.
Such thoughts have appeared before, to perhaps organize some sort of museum here, or maybe to re-establish the hotel here, and let tourists for sightseeing. But the Bank of Cyprus decided to sell it. Let's hope that one day the ghost will let someone... Shh, quiet. Let's go.
Better not to annoy the ghosts. Who knows what mood they are in today.
Usually, when I come here, I say, hey guys, we won't be long here.
Guys, we're leaving already. Bye. After such stories, it's no sin to sip on a real Cypriot commandaria. Lilia suggests to drive over to an old authentic winery. We are greeted by the manager Daniel.
This is a family winery. It's 350
years.
I don't know how to say it in Russian. It passes from father to son, and the winery is run by our family. Our drinks we supply exclusively to restaurants and hotels. You can't buy them in shops. We produce 150,000 bottles per year, and we work mainly with the local grapes: Xenisteri, Mavro, Maratevtiko, Mandaria, and so on.
First, a little tour around the winery. Besides commandaria, they produce other wines here too, also brandy, whiskey and Cypriot vodka. Here it's called Zivania. We also go down to tasting.
These are bottled pumpkins. They were dried, seeds were removed from the inside. Paraffin would be poured in to cover the inside surface. And then such bottled pumpkins were used for drinks. They'd fill them with wine, commandaria, as well as water. Basically, such bottled pumpkins would be used for drinks. And now, this winery has bottles of the same shape that remind of and are stylized as a bottle pumpkin. These bottles were developed in Italy.
Very extraordinary.
By the way, pay attention to this bottle. This is the very bottle Jack Sparrow ran around the beach with.
Commandaria that is produced from 2 sorts of Cypriot grape, Xenisteri and Mavro, is called a national treasure. They consume it during all celebrations and even hold an annual festival in its honor. A little life hack: to select the right commandaria, make sure to pay attention to its name. Commandaria must be written with 2 letters M. If it's just one, it's not worth taking it. Our next stop is the Kikas Orthodox Monastery. We get there by a mountainous serpentine. It's good, after all, that an experienced guide is at the wheel.
Yana, we've arrived to Kikos Monastery. This monastery is more than a millennia old. This monastery holds an icon of the Holy Mother of God drawn by Apostle Luke during her lifetime. Of course, this Kykkos monastery is very much revered in the Christian world.
Kykkos in Greek is the name of one of the sorts of oak that grows in Troodos mountains. There is a belief that first monks built their cells from this very wood. The icon of the Mother of God of Kykkos is placed on the right of the King's Gate in the main monastery temple. The image is covered by thick curtains. There is a legend that one very curious monk peeked under the curtains and got blind for a very long time. He got his eyesight back, but this case became a lesson to everyone. Another curious place is just a few miles away from the monastery. First on our way is a statue of Archbishop Macarius III, the first president of the independent Cyprus. A little higher, this elegant building. It's just an incredible, peaceful atmosphere here. There are very few tourists here. If you listen carefully, you can hear bells ringing in the distance. Birds are singing. And there is such a calm in your heart, you know? And what nature is here. It's a spectacular place. To everyone who visits Cyprus, I strongly recommend to use your time to come here. Here, at the peak of Mount Troni, in especially dry years, the monks of Kykkos monastery set up the icon of the Mother of God and pray her for rain. Such a ritual has been around for several centuries. The name of the mountain comes from this too. It became a throne for the icon of the Mother of God. At dusk, Lily offers to pop into another little-known, yet very much loved by her place.
We're driving into one of the most authentic villages on Cyprus. My favorite village of Lofu. It's not a tourist village, but a rather closed one. Yes, it's very popular with Cypriots. There are 2 taverns here, and I suggest to dine in one of them today.
This is a traditional Cypriot tavern. The owner's name is Kostas, and he's always ready to feed the guests with authentic meals, and sometimes even to play for them the bouzouki, a Greek instrument.
I came in this village. It goes look like a cemetery. Most of the houses, it goes without windows, without doors, without roof. And the first place here, the first house, it goes below to my wife's grandparents, and they give to my wife. This time it was nobody here, no people.
No people.
She said to me, "Are you crazy? Are you okay?" I say, "I'm very okay." I go there and I renovate the place and I make the first taverna in Lofu.
How long you play in bouzouki?
I play from when I was 13, 14 years old.
Oh, it's a long time.
My family was. It's a special instrument, however, with different wood, and it's ebony. You go to listen the sound?
Yes. Bravo, bravo.
We continue after, outside.
Today, Kostas decided to treat us to kleftiko, the most popular dish on the island. It's made of lamb or goat meat that are stewed in special ovens for several hours.
Enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's taste it. It's very soft, you can't even tell it's lamb.
The lamb here is always fresh. Lamb is a very good meat, and for all the festivals and weekends, they always cook lamb. So enjoy it! Enjoy!
Enjoy.
Enjoying for sure. How do they make it so soft? It's literally melting in the mouth. A true national Cypriot dish. And we can't do without renowned Cyprus potatoes. It's so tasty that they even supply it to the British royal table.
Oh, there are the potatoes!
Potatoes.
Here are the true Cyprus potatoes. Here is kleftico. So we're having a traditional Cyprus dinner today.
I'll be enjoying my meal. Come to Cyprus and you'll enjoy the taste too. And as always, I'll leave a link to every place in the description to the video. Wonderful bouzouki music from the owner of the tavern is the best thing to end the day with. Kostas gave us a proper concert. Here my journey around through Cyprus came to an end. I'm sure that a vacation on this island can't and shouldn't be limited to azure sea and smooth tan. Cyprus is, first of all, friendly people, wonderful mountainous landscapes, and sites with rich and sometimes even mystical history. Though the island is small, a lifetime may not be enough to cover it all. You've been watching Yan. Subscribe to this channel if you still haven't. New episodes every week. And remember, with me, you'll miss the places you've never been to. Bye everyone.